Quilty is brought to you by
Baby Lock. Baby Lock sewing and long arm machines. From piecing to long arming for the love of sewing. Aurifil. Aurifil Italian thread. Perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Dear Stella. A unique fabric brand with modern style. Fairfield. Together, we can make beautiful things. Hovels Sewing. Cut to the point with Hovels Sewing. Moda. Make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Northcott. Cottons that feel like silk. Omnigrid. Providing quilters with specialty rulers and accessories for over 30 years.
Hi, Mary. It's great to be here
Well,
on Quilty. I love being on Quilty. It's fun.
It is fun, and it's like more relaxed than Love of Quilting. By a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's just different. You know, it's different. And
on PBS, we have to be a little bit more buttoned up.
it's public television.
That's
and
right.
there's the mandate of the people for educational TV.
On the internet, it's crazy. It's totally crazy. So we're talking about this quilt behind us is a tumbler block. It's kind of weird to call it a block because it's really just a tumbler shape.
And it's like a glass, a tumbler that you would drink from. It's shaped like a glass.
That's right. And we hung the quilt behind us. It's got great Dear Stella fabric. This carousel fabric is like hugely popular. We hung it to the sideways
Crossways.
because we needed it to cover the set. So usually your tumblers...
That doesn't happen at public television so much.
No.
Yeah.
But usually the tumblers are going up and down in a quilt. But
They don't have to be, but...
They don't have to be. And what's great about this tumbler shape is that it uses a template the way we do it, a special ruler. And this is what it looks like. And I'm going to put it up against this lovely buttercream solid. And so you can see the writing
Let's
on
turn
it.
it this way.
Yes. You can see that what it's asking you to do is cut strips. And it tells you what size to cut your strips. And then I'm going to turn this way for everybody. 4.5-inch strip, 5.5-inch strip, and so on.
And the solid lines are the cutting lines,
That's
and the
right.
dash lines will be the sewing lines.
Right.
And I think all the tools that Fons and Porter makes, the idea is it's not just a one-trick pony. It's like you have a flexibility. And I think the quilt that Deb Finan made that's on the wall used the whole tomato there.
Yep. She just used this template as her tumbler shape, but you can get smaller tumbler shapes.
Like juice glasses. Instead of like big gulps.
Like for vodka on the rocks. I mean juice. So we're going to take this away and show you how this works. It takes a little getting used to. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes these special rulers, most of them you're going to be flipping back and forth, so don't cut into your special fabric just yet. Grab some sample fabric, grab some scrap.
Get the hang of it.
Really get the hang of it.
Because once you get going, it's fast.
Super fast. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to line this up first toward us. It's sort of the heavy end on the bottom, so start with the heaviest. And
we're using 5.5-inch strips, which is sort of in between what Deb did and the little juice glass.
Exactly, and what you can see there is 5.5-inch strip.
Right down there.
Right down there.
And then,
and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut.
Oh, hang on, Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Let's show everybody. See, there's a little thing, a little blunted thing.
Yes.
Very important.
This blunted thing.
That's a blunted thing.
It's an engineered corner.
That's a more technical term.
AKA a blunted thing. And very important, that's not a crack in your template.
Yeah, you'll see.
It's really important because when you line up your tumbler blocks, you're going to use that blunted corner to get precise patchwork.
You need it.
Yes.
You need it. Okay.
So now,
sorry to interrupt you.
Back to our regularly scheduled cutting series here.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to cut this off. I probably don't need to leave that much, but for fun.
So they can see it better that way.
Cutting that, and then I'm going to punch
the blunted thing.
Punch off the blunted thing is going to help me punch off this little corner. Okay,
It hardly is even any. It's this minuscule little thing that comes off.
And then watch closely, because Mom's going to flip the fabrics, and I'm going to flip the ruler. So I'm looking at stuff backwards, but that's okay. So now I lay it on
down. We're going to slide it down.
You're
like
slide
this
it down
because you want to make sure you're getting that little juice glass.
The vodka.
And I'm helping you. I'm helping you because I'm putting the 5.5-inch line on there. And so now our little blunted thing is up at the top where we can get at it and cut it off.
Have you ever had a vodka tonic in your life? I'm not saying you're not cool.
I don't think so.
But she just hasn't. But I mean, you're
There's
cool.
always tonight. Okay. Oh, I'm cutting. Okay.
Yeah, why not? You haven't had anything to drink.
Okay. Okay, so I cut that up, and just like Mary did before, we're going to just chop that little end off. And the thing is, can I show why that's so important, that little chop
Yes,
end?
you can.
Okay, here's a row. See, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's so neat is that, I'm bring this over a little bit, is that the blunted ends wind up opposite each other, because when you join this is why this is so great, is these alternate, and so you put that chopped end, see how? Okay.
That's great.
And so when this is sewn, then they all come out just right.
Because the thing is if you don't blunt those corners, you have, the sides of your template are sticking out, and it's hard to know where to line.
Not the template, you mean the fabric, the corners. So you have to kind of like get, you can do it, but you have to figure out as you sew just how much to let them hang off.
Right. And so you don't want that. You want to blunt the corners so that you can have a perfect tumbler matched up.
Yeah.
So when you start joining these together and you keep on going, you have
This is so fun.
a little something like this. You put one row together and then join to another row. What's great about the template also is it gives you the option to put side pieces in. So look at your template instructions and keep that template around, because you might find another Quilt and Quilty that uses that someday.
Sure. And another thing about this is a great vehicle for those big prints.
Yes.
Because they can shine, because you're not chopping. I mean, you chop up some of these and they don't work in more traditional patchwork.
That's right. And in fact, the tumbler shape is quite old. It's nothing new, but these shapes, they have a resurgence. They get trendy and people start using them in all kinds of new things.
And you know what the tumbler's been used for sometimes? Charm quilts, where every single piece is different.
I thought you were going to say vodka tonic. You said, do you know what the tumbler shape? Anyway, too much jokes about drinking, but it's fine. Thanks, Mom, for coming on the show.
I had a great time.
You learned about the template, and we hope you'll use it and come back and join us again on Quilty.
Quilty is brought to you by
Baby Lock. Baby Lock sewing and long arm machines. From piecing to long arming for the love of sewing. Aurifil Italian thread. Perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Dear Stella, a unique fabric brand with modern style. Fairfield, together we can make beautiful things. Hovels Sewing, cut to the point with Hovels Sewing. Moda, make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Northcott, cottons that feel like silk. Omnigrid, providing quilters with specialty rulers and accessories for over 30 years.